Hi, I'm Michael Latone, and I'm with Stride Solutions. We specialize in reducing expenses and obtaining large federal tax incentives for businesses large and small. ERC benefits are up to $26,000 for each W-2 employee. That's huge. Tired of paying high property taxes? Not a problem. Get your share of $1 million. How about a huge bag of money delivered to your doorstep? Activate an account today. I'm Mike Latone, and I'm with Stride Solutions. Have a great day.
Born into a real fight wasn't right. Where can she dream here?
We are working on something so very special that's going to bring that man that you just heard, Theron Roberson, to you here in Colorado to support us here, okay, with Community Dare to Care. We've got a brand new auction, silent auction coming up. That the only reason I'm able to do this is because of the wonderful, wonderful actions of our people, like our first guest, our only guest live tonight so far, who comes on the second Wednesday of every month, Mr. Les Simpson, and we will be getting to him right away. We are working with a group out of New York to bring you a concert, and this concert is going to be supporting quite a few nonprofits. I don't have the logistics all planned out yet, but it is coming together. And Mr. Wasserman, a great, great friend of mine, we've been trying for a long time to work together. It looks like we're finally going to get it going. And I told him the only way I'll do this is if Theron gets to open. And he heard Theron's song and he was like, well, why don't you just have him play? And I said, well, I would, but yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm going to try to get him hooked up in another show anyway. So, but as you guys know, Theron plays almost everything that we do. Any veteran event, Theron is the one who steps up and look, he's a wonderful guy, wonderful performer. If you're having an event, you need that voice there. If you're in Colorado or one of our surrounding states, Theron doesn't mind traveling. So give us a call, 970-909-0751, and we will try to hook you up with the man, the myth, someday to be a legend. Well, he's already a legend to me. If you go to this little thingy right here, you are going to see an auction is popping up. And I just got back from one of the original friends of my program. He's been doing stuff for us forever. And John at John's Custom Creation Tattoo gave us a $100 gift certificate to get a new tattoo. John is a really, really good friend of mine, another really good friend of mine, and he loves and supports what we do. Look, as much as I hate saying these words, you're going to hear them quite a bit today because it's really what Les is going to be talking about. The holiday seasons are coming up. There are families out there that are struggling. We want to get back to doing what we've been doing for the last 35 years, and that includes food and gift boxes for our families. You can help us do this by getting involved with our auctions. Another thing that you can do I've got a surplus of some of my old Red Friday shirts. Okay. Right now, $15 and you can get a shirt. Don't know exactly what sizes we have left. Haven't had them for a while, but you know what? I'm going to get the sizes to you. $15, and it one of my heroes. Their quote on the back: "Never throughout history has a person who lived a life of ease left a name worth remembering." That's a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. One word changed. I put person in place of man, but the statement means a lot. We've got short sleeve, we've got some no sleeve shirts, and we've also got two of these, which are if you look at it, it's the company, it's the LLC's name, Clayton Consulting and Event Planning. You can't go to that website anymore. That website no longer exists. But the greatest thing about these shirts is on the back. You guys will see me wear mine every once in a while. And it states a vision developed on two wheels. Well, the scene on the back of that shirt was designed by my very best friend for 40 years, Mr. Jeff Stipe. He designed the scenery on the back. That's where I was forced off the road, folks. That scene is where I was forced off the road and left in a ditch for over 7 hours. The polar bear, that's my ride name, my road name. So that's where that came in. But I've only got two of these shirts left. They're both size small. We'll take a $15 donation and you can help us feed families for Christmas. Many other things on this auction, including a set of the signed books by my friend, my boss on Fridays, Sean the Rev Winnington, star of Eli Roth's Legion of Exorcists. He's got 2 books that he has signed and he's given to us for us to auction off. So get those books and order them through us. If you don't win the books through us, order them from him and he gives back to places as well. So, but we're going to talk more about that and introduce a brand new partner to you here in just a little bit. But first, I don't want to take away any more of his time because Les is going to be bringing you some great stuff. Les, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. It sounds like you're doing well also.
We got a lot of stuff going on right now, really trying to get it to where we can start doing the food boxes again. I'd really like to get back to doing the food boxes this year and then get into serving the hot meals again next year. Baby steps. We got to do baby steps to change this world, but I know that you are an huge part of everything that we do because of your platinum sponsorship to us, your devotion to us, and I really hope that people take this opportunity to see all the great things that you do because you, my friend, are a busy, busy man. You've got a lot of things going on. One of the new things that you've got is this Transact card, right?
Correct.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about what this Transact card can do for people now?
Sure. Well, actually, I'm going to show a PowerPoint. And so we'll share the screen here. And
I think, okay, go on ahead now.
Okay. Yeah, you have some background noise.
Oh, do you hear the fan?
Oh, never mind. That's one of me playing. Just a second. I'll close that out so it doesn't come back on. There we go. I was going to say somebody else was competing here. It was me. Let's see here. Show screen and window. Yeah, because this is going to be huge, especially for nonprofits. And that's what it sounds like. There's a lot of that need some support. And this is, let's see, you can see that now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to go on ahead and take us out of the picture so people can see it a little bit better. How does that sound?
Sounds good. Okay. It is called Transact Card, and the reason this thing is going to do an unbelievable amount of different things, every type of transaction, but it's green. It looks here, it's a Visa card. And to explain it. Now, first off, to explain where this came from, there's two people that are behind this that developed the community. One's been in banking for 40 years. And he's actually the national president of the president of the National Bankers Association, small community banks. And the second gentleman has been in import products, supply chain for 40 years. And so they have a little bit of experience to put this together as I'm telling you the different things. Now, basically, banking, as it says here, has changed forever. Now, digital banking office is available to any business owner, any booster club, nonprofit. You're going to love this, especially as many nonprofits as you're in connection with, influencers, and digital bank office specialists. Now, let's keep it simple. First off, to explain what it is before I go back here to the benefits, this is simply people taking part of their spending money and opening another checking account, an FDIC checking account, just a regular checking account insured for $250,000. And we use a very special Visa card, this one here. And what happens is for the business, first off, you become your own bank, and I'll explain that in a lot more in detail. You actually have new monthly revenues. Future retirement earnings, enhanced employee benefits. This is the big one, which I'll be going into. If you have employees or you know companies that have employees that like their employees, they're actually going to be able to double their buying power without giving them a raise. Think of that. How many employers out there would like to give their employees something, but they just don't have the budget for it? Well, now they'll be able to. And bring on new customers, rewards, to give them different things, which I'll show you. And charitable giving, this is the big one. Companies all the time have people coming to charities and saying, can you support me? Will you do a golf course? Will you do this? Will you do that? Well, now you're going to be able to have that charity actually work with the Transact card, send applications to all their members sign up, and then they're going to get funded forever. Which we'll get into. And every business that gets into it, there's going to be an advertising bonus. We're going to be completely famous as of next year. This card is going to be used by the Democratic and the Republican National Convention and many other organizations. Expense optimization. If you have a family and let's say you have teenagers and college students, and you're going to be able to determine how much they spend per month, per week, per day. So it's going to be a complete expense optimization for the family. And first mover advantage, I'll explain that in a minute. And low risk, high reward. Now, first off, as I mentioned, this is simply opening a checking account. And it'll cost you a whopping $25 to become a member here. And for every dollar that you spend, give you an idea, you go down and you fill your gas tank for $50. Now you have 100 Z-Bucks to buy other products. And I'm going to show you what those products are in a minute. Everyday products. I mean, when you go to a restaurant and spend $75 for dinner, now you have $140 that you're going to be able to buy high quality products with. And my wife and I use it for the utilities, the phone bill, everything. And so now we're very quickly accumulating thousands of Z-Bucks. And I'll show you what those are used for. So every single time you swipe this card, whether it's a dinner or for your utilities, the vacation, whatever. Whenever you swipe this card, here it says you get $1, but actually you're going to get two Z-Bucks, not a dollar, but a Z-Buck. To explain that, first off, these are the brands that have already signed up to be in our Z Club. And you're probably aware that when you go into a retailer, retailers are 30 to 50% markup. Are you aware of that? I guess they can't answer, except for in chat. So whenever you go into a retail store, for instance, and you buy a Black & Decker, you're probably aware that the manufacturer actually discounted that 30 to 50% to put it in that store, because if the store does not have a 30 to 50% markup, we got problems. They can't pay their employees. They can't pay their rent. They can't pay their insurance. They can't pay for all the different things they need to pay. So all products are provided to the retailers at 30 to 50% off. And they're going to do that in our club, our Z Club, which is a private membership buying area. And all these different brands, and this is a very slight amount of brands. We have hundreds of brands that have signed up. They're going to be on the Z Club. Now, to give you a little idea of what that means. Let's say right now you went to Z Club, and by the way, this is active now. You can get products in the Z Club. And again, it's a $25 membership. Everybody should be doing it. And the reason it's only a $25 membership one time is right now we're looking for beta testers because we're getting all the electronics and so forth going. And this is actually going to be active in November. And then all these different companies will have their products there. But let's say you get Reebok, you get Nike, you get Adidas, and you see these priced at $100. And in this private merchandise area, you'll be able to spend 50 bucks and $50. Now think about how many families could use that. But the interesting thing is, which I'm really going to suggest, is sign up for the 25 bucks. And then start building Z-Bucks. So when Christmas comes around, you can get all of your merchandise or most of it for 30 to 50% off. I think you'll agree that'll increase your Christmas budget just a little bit. You'll be able to buy better items, and these are all top quality. Let's say you want to have a camper trailer. Well, again, the amount of the cash is $50,000 because you now have 25,000 Z-Bucks camper trailers. So we're talking big stuff too. Now here's some of the daily stuff that every family is going to need with babies. Right now, if a mother, single mother or whatever goes to the store, she pays $53 for the top diapers. And needless to say, that is a hurt. That is a deep cut in a budget. Well, now she's going to be able to do 32 Z-Bucks and $21. So if you know any young families, let them know about this. And again, to sign up is 25 bucks. Now, we also have what we call flash sales. This is where your cash is no good. We have, like, for instance, Ray-Ban, $120 retail and no cash. We had over 500 Ray-Ban that we shipped, 120 Z-Bucks. I think they paid $10 for shipment. A laptop here. This is real merchandise, $1,100 for this laptop. Again, no cash, $1,100 Z-Bucks, and I think the person paid $30 shipment. But this is a big one, Louis Vuitton. Again, we're talking top quality stuff here. The Z-Bucks, $2,300 for and they paid $40 shipment. So this is what is available now as a beta test. And there are some glitches now and then, but that's what we're doing on beta test. For the people who want to get in now for the $25, they can have this, start building up all of their Z-Bucks for Christmas, and then also have flash sales and also have other things in the Z Club now. Now, this is a biggie. We've already got 3 cruise liners that have signed up. So think about getting cruises for 30 to 50% off. But what this one is talking about is next year, we reserve this Norwegian cruise line, and the only people that's going to be on it is ones that have Z-Bucks. And to give you an idea, an inside cabin will be 650 Z-Bucks, and the presidential suite will be 18,000. So if you want to sign up and get the unbelievable vacation you've never had, start charging or paying for everything through Transcend's card, and you can be in the presidential suite for only 18,000 Z-Bucks. And we just paid our property taxes. That was 3,000. So we got 6,000 Z-Bucks. This is a complete new way of thinking of banking. Now, this isn't happened yet. This will happen in November when we we become a franchise. And when that happens, you've signed up for $25, and your friend says, hey, I'd like to have those savings too. And you refer them, you'll get 500 Z-Bucks. And by the way, as soon as you sign up for the $25 and you do one transaction through it, then you get 500 Z-Bucks. And that's one of the things I need to back up here and kind of explain a little bit. This is a FDIC insured checking account. Now, the part of that is once you open this checking account, you have to put some money in it. You can put it to a debit card, to a regular checking account you have. You can do an e-check, or you can do an ACH. But you got to put some money in here. It's strictly up to you. You want to put 25, you want to put 10,000, because this is now your spending account. And let's see here.
I would just like to make a really quick point on that last slide. And 500 Z-Bucks. That president's cabin, you're already a third of the way there just by getting someone else to sign up.
Oh no, it's 18,000.
Oh, 18,000. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was 1,800. So,
No.
but still, you're on. How much is a regular cabin? Is 600?
The interior cabin is 650. So yes, you're 3/4 of the way just by getting one person to sign up. But
well, there you go.
And then we'll have the regular 2,000, 5,000, all the different things that the cruise ship has. But the interesting thing, it's only going to be Z-Buck people. So this is going to be, you can imagine the publicity on that one. And again, right now we're doing beta testing. So everybody that signs up by November will get double Z-Bucks until the next November. The usual will be $1 to 1 Z-Buck. But if you sign up now for the $25, and again, this is beta testing, so there will be some glitches. But for that, you only pay one $25 time. It's going to be $25 a year. The 3 things you get by beta testing is, number 1, you can start building all your Z-Bucks for Christmas. 2, you're only charged one $25 time, not every year. And 3 is you now get the flash sales and the Z Club products that we have until Christmas. So those are the 3 benefits for the $25. Now, this hasn't happened yet. And that's one of the things compliance told us, make sure they understand this has not happened yet. In November, we're also going to have a Power Save account. Now, to explain that, who shops at these retailers?
I know that we shop at Petco quite often. Walmart is as much as I wish we could go to get around Walmart, we're there quite a bit. Buffalo Wild Wings. We're a huge fan of Buffalo Wild Wings. My parents go to Village Inn once a week. AutoZone all the time. Adidas is my son's favorite shoe company.
Aha.
Even though it's not Adidas, it's Adidas. But
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
yeah, it's actually pronounced Adidas. And Adidas and Puma were started less by the same family.
Ah, I didn't know that. See, I'm at being educated. So I think you'll agree there's enough different ones here that you're going to shop at least once a week or once a month. What's neat is when you shop at these, see, all of these have advertising cost, and they now are going to have a captured group in the Z Club to go in and buy from these retailers. When that happens, and they're going to be sending cash, and we can't tell percentages. I was told that today. We can't tell percentages, but there will be cash sent to your, okay, where am I? The other way. Come back here. Oh, into a Power savings account. So every time you buy at those retailers, you're going to get automatic savings account in the bank. And plus, the next one is every time you buy something, let's say you bought $5,000 on this, one of the rooms, you're going to get 2% of that into a savings account. And so you can imagine 5,000 times 2%, that savings account's going to grow pretty good. And we can't mention any more about this because, again, it's coming soon. And we're really supposed to emphasize that. And it's not coming until November. This is not active if you become a beta tester that is not part of it until November. But can you imagine this growing? Every single time you go to one of these retailers or every time you buy something in the Z Club, you're going to get automatic Power savings account. Can you imagine if you're an employee or what kind of gift you can give to your employees just by them buying $25 membership?
Hey, Les, I got a question here from Mike, and Mike wants to know, you can use this card anywhere, not just at these stores, correct?
Correct. Anywhere in the world that Visa is used.
So there you go, Mike.
So anytime you swipe this card, if you're in Japan, then and you buy something for 80 US dollars, you get 160 Z bucks. So it's anywhere in the world that Visa is used. And again, the cost of membership at this point for the beta testers is $25. And all you have to do is go to 3 ways to banking and sign up. And what they do is immediately take you to, you're opening a checking account. So you go through the security. Anybody can get in. We don't go by FICO scores because this is a debit card. Anybody can have it. And as you can see, and this is an old slide, they determined it's going to be $25 a year for people after November, $25 a year. But again, now for the beta testers, one time $25. And this is really going to have a lot of employee benefits. You can see, can you imagine giving your employees double the buying power without giving them a raise? Man, companies are going to be very popular. Customer acquisition. Can you imagine you're going to have a customer and let's say, for instance, you're a landscape company. We have a landscape company that spends $50,000 a month on their credit card. So now they're going to have 100,000 Z bucks. And so when they bring on a customer that say they're going to do their lawn, then they can actually give part of their Z bucks as a acquisition bonus when they sign up for the card. And it's under the taxes, it's known as a coupon. So there's no tax problem. So you could actually give the new customer so many Z bucks to buy different things for their family. This is going to be huge. Loyalty programs on restaurants. When they have a loyalty, it's only to buy in their restaurant. If they signed up with the Transact card in that restaurant, now anywhere they buy in the world, the restaurant is going to get paid for it. I'm going to show you what that is in a minute. Another big one is the restaurant, the company, or whatever will be able to bring in their favorite charity and sign them up. And then all of their members, first off, the charity gets paid. And second, you get paid for signing up the charity. And so this is just kind of get a review. And now, let's say the restaurant has 5 different locations. We are going to give 1,000 Z-Bucks per month for marketing to every location that signs up. And this kind of gives a summary of all the benefits to the business, the DBO, employee benefits, community fundraising, the loop players that you can have playing on a table, social media. We're going to have all kinds of campaigns there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about there. But you can have lunch and learns, bring in charities, have them bring in their members. They sign up, the charity wins, you win. Now let's talk about what you get paid. This is a commission example. You're a restaurant, you signed up these 4 people. Now, of course, Bev here, she's a professional single lady. She spends $1,500 a month in cash on her Transact card. You get $225. And B, she's retired. She only does $1,000 a month. You get $150. Stephen, a family man, we found families are usually spending about 3,500 Z-Bucks. So you get 525. This person here, 2,500, you get 125. And so Erica here, as the digital bank office, got 1025 for those 4. Can you imagine if you are a restaurant, how many people are going to go through your restaurant you're going to sign up? If you're a real estate company, how many houses are you going to sell? And you're now going to be able to provide all your new homeowners for $25 because they're restricted to how much they can give, $25, and now they can save on all the different things in their home. And the next thing is you have customers that are business owners, and they're going to say, hey, I want to do this for my employees. Sign them up. It's $495. You sign up for $495. They sign up for $495. And so if you have 6 different business owners that you work with, sign them all up. And now what's going to happen with them? Their customers are going to say, hey, I want to do this. So pretty soon it's going to be all across the country. And it is available in Alaska and Hawaii, and I think Puerto Rico. But United States, states, and I believe territory, the Puerto Rico. Now, this is what really gets interesting. This is all your activity. But we're going to have this all over the United States. And very quickly, we're going to have millions of members. And what happens is every single time a person buys from Z Club, 1.3% cash is going to be put in this community pool. And DBO is the one that you buy into for $495. As long as you have $25 members, you get to be take out of this pool. This 15%, and again, at this, I was told I can't tell numbers unless you're on our management calls. But if you can imagine 15%, then you're going to get a monthly amount. And once you become a manager, you now get the 15 plus 30%. And a senior manager, you've got 75% of this pool. And as we go around. And so needless to say, there definitely can be some cash available, because this is worldwide sales. And I'll just, I can't give you any more at this point, especially not until we go franchise. Now, who has already approved this? Try United States Chamber of Commerce, the National Restaurant Association, the ARP. You can see some of these different names, Automobile Association. They're going to all be working with us in November when we go franchise. And talking about charities, St. Jude's Children's Hospitals already signed up for it. The American Lung Association, the American Heart Association. So you're really going to be in some good company. And especially you nonprofit owners, you can sign up as a DBO. And then in November, when it comes available to nonprofits, you can sign up your own nonprofit. And then you can sign up other nonprofits to help them. And you're going to get a percentage off all the nonprofit members. So there's 3 core pillars that were used to get this word out. Transact members. And as they say, each person has 180 people they know. Well, when you start telling people how much you're saving, every one of your neighbors, family, and everything are going to want the card. And so, and again, once we be active, you'll get 500 Z-Bucks for each time. Digital branch offices, that's what you buy in for $4.95. And national influencers. Just to let you know, Garth Brooks, LeBron James, Lady Gaga, we have national influencers come on right and left because they're going to get a card in their name. And LeBron James alone has 25 million followers. And he's going to be bringing it to the Transact card and all the digital, and I can't give you any more details, but all the digital branch offices get to take part in all their members. And all franchises advertise for their franchises. We're doing it a little bit different. We're not going out there and advertise for the public. What we're doing is getting the influencers to bring their followers over, and you get benefit from that as a DBL. And again, it's only $4.95. And as of November, 1% of the monthly cash that comes back to you, that's the fee. All franchises have a fee. And so you get the marketing support, you get the DBO training. And by the way, you are not a banker. One person asked me, I know nothing about banking. You don't need to. You're just the marketing of the banks, the small banks. And one big reason behind this for Peter, that's been in banking for 40 years, 10 years ago, there was 20,000 small banks. Now there's only 4,500. And the big banks have basically put them out of business. And this is going to move many millions of dollars from the large banks to the small banks. Now, once you sign up 3 businesses for the $4.95, you're going to get your $500 back. And you even got a 30-day money-back guarantee. But if you stay in it 90 days, and I don't know why you wouldn't want the 30 money-back guarantee unless you just decided it wasn't for you. But after 90 days, you get 3,000 Z-Bucks in your account just for staying in. Soft launch was in April. Pre-launch is now, and that's why we're offering the beta testers $25 because we are getting the glitches out of the system. So there might be a glitch. You might not be able to get into your account unless you try 6 times a day. That's happened. But remember, you open the checking account and then you transfer money from your regular bank, either by debit, you can do 500 a day. Electronic check, you can do 1,000 a day, or ACH, you can do 10 grand a day. And the official launch is in November. And these are the benefits, again, as a business. And especially you nonprofit owners. If you get in for $4.95, you can set up all the nonprofits you want, help them, and you're going to get helped. So now you can see the new monthly revenues. full retirement savings through our power savings accounts, employee benefits, new customer rewards. If you bring on a customer and they you need a little incentive, give them 5,000 Z-Bucks to start their account. And you'll be able to do that. It's like a coupon. There is no tax indemnifications. Advertising bonus. This is going to be phenomenal for college families, because now the students will have, you can set the daily amount or the weekly amount of what they can use on the card. And that's one of the things that families really love. They can now say, oh no, you can only do $30 a day for your meals or whatever. And next steps, either question at this point is if you just want to get the benefits and get a whole bunch of Z-Bucks by Christmas, is $25. Go to 3ways2banking.com. Up at the right hand, it's Get Started. If you want to become a DBO and help us get the word out, then I will tell you we have a lot of different ways you're going to get paid, but I can't give you details until you're in. We were given compliance today. We just can't do that. And if you partner with 3 DBOs, you receive your $500 back. And so let's go change the world one swipe at a time. And there's 2 upgrades that this doesn't have. And when we're going to play a 9-minute video, 2 things. One, again, we're just getting this going. As of September, we're going to have all your banking on an app, just like the big banks. So you'll be able to deposit, you'll be able to draw out, you'll be able to do everything on a regular checking account on the app. But the next one is you're going to be able to do all your marking as a DBO on what we call the boards. And we're going to play a 10-minute video, but the first thing I want to handle any questions that are there.
Yeah, I've got a question here from a friend of mine, Jan. Do you need, are they requiring direct deposit?
No. You can do direct deposit, which a lot are, but no, you do not. You just move whatever amount of money, $50, $10,000, whatever, into the account from your regular checking account, either by debit card, electronic check, or ACH from your regular checking account. This becomes your spending account. Now, some people are putting all their direct deposits in there, which they can do that if they want to.
Okay, and I had one more question here. It
Sure.
looked like one of the people who liked this card in list of businesses, it looked to me, and please do correct me if I'm wrong here, but it looked to me as Cannabis Association was on there.
3 actual big national cannabis associations have signed on to it. Yes.
Okay, are they at the point where they can use this? Because right now, because it's FDIC, cannabis companies have been unable to utilize credit or debit cards. Like if you go in to make a purchase, even if it is health related, you have to use cash because federal law prohibits purchasing cannabis.
That's a good question. I think what it basically is, if there's restrictions there, the people they sign up for a checking account just wouldn't purchase the cannabis, but they could purchase their groceries at Walmart.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to make sure about that. So, but yeah, those were the 3 questions that we had. Here's actually another question. Are there certain items? One of the companies that you had on there was Samsung. Are there certain items that you can purchase that with the Z-Bucks, or is it anything in their inventory?
It'll be certain ones to let you know all those. And right now there's hundreds of manufacturers, and they will choose the different products that they want in Z Club. But it's going to be their top quality stuff. It's not, you know, the lowest quality and so forth. I mean, we even have Rolex that's going to be in there. And so to answer your question, but it has to be through the Z Club, and it's what the manufacturer puts in there. But we have been told in November, when we activate, there will be hundreds of thousands of products there.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Was there any more that you had on here?
Not on the PowerPoint.
Nope. Okay. So next thing that you had for us was a little bit of a video. Do you want to tell us about this video?
Sure. This is going to 10 minutes. It's going to show you how easy, if you become a DBO, everything is going to be by cell phone under the boards. You'll be able to send people videos. You'll be able to connect with all your other businesses you've set up. And I will let the video state what it is, but this is active now. All you do is sign up as a DBO. This is free. And you download this and you'll see everything that's available, and all of our Facebook groups, all kinds of different things. But I'll let you play it, and then I'll answer whatever questions afterwards.
Sounds good. So here we go. This is 10 minutes of video brought to you by Les Simpson. Just remember the number 3, ways to banking.com. You can find out more information there. But right now, we've got the best information in the world with Mr. Les Simpson. So here we go with our video.
Account. So you have to set up a free account. Whatever email you use is the same email you have to use to log into the Transact Card DBO toolkit. Now, once you get this set up, then the link is shared with you, which I'll show that in a few minutes where that's at. You click the link and you'll end up in here. And this is our DBO toolkit. Okay? So inside the boards, we've got several things that are very valuable to you to help your team. This will hopefully help you, minimize the support tickets too, because there's some things here you can quickly send to somebody on your team that, might not have boards yet. And again, it goes back to helping everybody get onto boards, but let's just talk about them. So first of all, getting connected. How do they get connected to the different Facebook communities? How to get connected to the Telegram chat. How to get connected to the TZT social media coaching, how to go in and set that up. That's all in here, and you can quickly send it to somebody. So, for example, if I'm going to send somebody to get connected to the Transact Card chat in Telegram, then this is where I would come. So let me just show you how that works. And it operates as a keyboard. So if I'm going to send it to my wife to get her activated in, then that's what I do. I go here, right? And then all I do is I click on the get connected. I go down here, click this. It auto populates it in the text, and off it goes. Now I send her to the chat, right? So that's how that works, and it operates as a keyboard. So it's super, super fast. In fact, like I said, success loves speed. So that's why boards work so well for people in this industry and just doing what we do. Now we have videos in here you can send that have been pre-approved by compliance to send out from here. Again, same thing applies. You can actually just go to your text, and let's say I'm sending it to John and Eric, or I'm going to send it to Richard. Then I would come in here, right? And then I would or I'm going to send it to my wife. I'll send it to my wife. I won't bug everybody else. And I just send the video, same thing. It just populates, sends the video off, and boom, I'm done, right? So that's how that works. And I'll go into a couple things here for you. What I wanted to share with you is the add tag message. So it's the ATM system, and
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
Hopefully it'll reconnect here in a minute.
Right. Definitely didn't do this before.
Yeah.
Might have to refresh it and then go halfway into it.
Yeah, let me go on ahead and try to do that. What he's talking about right there, Les, we had somebody come in. That is going to be something that is an option to you once you sign up, right? Is all the information that they're here we go.
You use is the same email you have to use to log into the Transact Card DBO toolkit. Now, once you get this set up, then the link is shared with you, which I'll show that in a few minutes where that's at. You click the link and you'll end up in here. And this is our DBO toolkit. Okay? So inside the boards, we've got several things that are very valuable to you to help your team. This will hopefully help you, minimize the support tickets too, because there's some things here you can quickly send to somebody on your team that, might not have boards yet. And again, it goes back to helping everybody get onto boards, but let's just talk about them. So first of all, getting connected. How do they get connected to the different Facebook communities? How to get connected to the Telegram chat. How to get connected to the TZT social media coaching. How to go in and set that up. That's all in here, and you can quickly send it to somebody. So for example, if I'm going to send somebody to get connected to the Transact Card chat in Telegram, then this is where I would come. So let me just show you how that works. And it operates as a keyboard. So if I'm going to send it to my wife to get her activated in, then that's what I do. I go here, right? And then all I do is I click on the get connected. I go down here, click this. It auto populates it in the text, and off it goes. And now I send her to the chat, right? So that's how that works, and it operates as a keyboard. So it's super, super fast. In fact, like I said, success loves speed. So that's why boards work so well for people in this industry and just doing what we do. Now, we have videos in here you can send that have been pre-approved by compliance to send out from here. Again, same thing applies. You can actually just go to your text, and let's say I'm sending it to John and Eric, or I'm going to send it to Richard. Then I would come in here, right? And then I would or I'm going to send it to my wife. I'll send it to my wife. I won't bug everybody else. And I just send the video, same thing. It just populates, sends the video off, and boom, I'm done, right? So that's how that works. And I'll go into a couple things here for you. What I wanted to share with you is the add tag message. So it's the ATM system. And as you can see here, we've got scripts set up for you to make it very, very simple and easy. Okay, this is very quick and easy. I'm going to go out and I'm going to show you here. I'm going to go back to Facebook for a minute, and I'm going to go into the community where I'm going to add somebody to this community. Now, here's what I do. After I've had a conversation with them and let them know I'm doing this, then I come in here and I invite them, right? So I'll come in here. I'm going to invite my daughter. Let me just see if I can pull her up real quick. I already added her, but I'll add her other account. So I'll add her here, Daily Dove, right? Then I come down here, and the first thing I do is I go to the featured pinned post, which is this one right here. This is the pinned post, and you can see where I've added and tagged some people. Other people have done the same. And don't be leery about using the same script on the same different people. It's okay. Nobody's going to pay attention. So here's what I do. I go ahead and hit the @ symbol to add them, because that's what you have to do a lot of times to find them. So I'm just going to type in Daily. Okay, so here she comes. Now I back out her last name and I hit comma. Then what I do is I go to the little globe in the bottom left corner of my phone. As you can see, that little globe, right? I double click it, brings boards up. Now I go into the add tag message scripts, and the second number 2 is what explains the deets. So I'm going to drop that in there, and you can see that it populated it in exactly the way it should be. Now I can customize it. If you want to make it more you, feel free to do so. This is not something you have to do. I'm just giving you ideas. So I go ahead and tag her. Now what I would do is I'd go to my messenger, right? And then I turn around and, whoop, I got people message me, sorry. go here and find daily, right? So now in daily's message, this is what I do. I go back to the scripts, and the number one script, I just drop in. And you can see there. And again, I can personalize it or do whatever I want, and I'll just send it just to show you how it looks. Now I give them the link to the group so they don't have to go finding the group, right? Or anything, or finding the tag that I tagged them in. So you can kind of see how smooth it is, but get familiar with this. And I'll do some more training on this another day on how to do it. I just wanted to go over the boards to kind of show you some cool things that you have in here. Next is motivation mindset. So these are just all kinds of quotes and different things, and we'll be adding more over time that you can go in and add on your Facebook page. All right. So again, I won't show you how to do that. You know how to do it now. Conversation starters. These are all, again, great conversation starters, just asking questions on social media, getting people to engage with you on your profile. And then I'll do some training another day on what we call reach outs, and you'll start to do some reach outs to people and pull them into the community. And this is where you start to gain unlimited leads that people you can bring onto your team. So with that said in here, the last thing I wanted to cover, or a couple different things, is you're invited to by Transact Card. So what this is, I put the little link in here. This is the link to the calls. It's super easy to send this off. It looks and feels professional. So when you send it to somebody, it tells them exactly the time of the call, and the link is there. And when you text it to them, they don't have to worry about getting boards. It's just a website, basically, is what you're texting them. So now what they're doing is they're landing on this, clicking the button, and joining the call. And the last thing I'll mention to you that's in here is the getting started, which is probably the most important thing I wanted to share today. And that is this. As a DBO, it's your responsibility, right, to make sure that you help them get set up correctly into Transact Card. So this is a little, you can text this right to your new person that you're just talking to and they're getting ready to sign up. You could text this to them and they can watch this video right here that Mr. Jeremy Jenkins did for us to show us exactly how to set up and enroll and get your account all set up. So it literally is a tutorial to show them exactly. And then we have the PDF in here also that's out of the digital branch builder in the back office. That's in here. It's got where they click here to go sign up. Many people were asking, well, why can't I own my digital business card? Can I not sign into the back office? You can't. You have to go to transactcard.com and sign in, right? So this just tells them exactly step by step what to do, how to activate their card, how to fund their account, and then how to start earning Z-Bucks while they're waiting for their card. Copy the number, go put it in your Amazon account, start purchasing things. And you want to encourage that. Why? Because you get your Z-Bucks and they get their Z-Bucks. So just those kinds of things, right? Then here's your share and exactly how your URL needs to look to get your digital business card. Just talks about the community and getting linked to the community, all the different connections, right? So if you send this out to the right people, this little boards video shows exactly how to use boards and how it ties to your phone. We've got the resources in the back office. So again, this is just a getting started link that you can send to somebody to help them get started off on the right foot. This is all I know is that in my past businesses, it's always been about speed. So, because I want freedom. I want the ability to be at my son's football game. I want to be, I want to do something that I want to be with my wife or whatever, so that I'm not always, tied to my business 24/7. And that's why this tool is such a massive asset, and will continue to add more benefits and more assets to it that will help you. And so I'll be doing little micro trainings on this tool to help a little bit more, and putting together some tutorials. And those tutorials will be held inside of the Boards app. So you'll be able to go in, watch tutorials, learn how to use different parts of it, how we train on the ATM side of it, the add tag message, all of those things. And so hopefully that got you some value. Show some fireballs, or well, I guess we can't. We don't have chat. So maybe do some reactions or whatever you want to call them, and let me know that you got some value out of this, you guys. Because the reality is this: without a tool like this, I don't know what I'd do. I'd have to go and make a notes file in my phone, and then I'd have to copy and paste and go do it. And now it's just fast, it's quick, it's easy. When your team needs something, you can go grab it and you can send it to them. If they need something about compliance, you can send it to them just fast, and you don't have to go log into your back office. So hopefully that helps you, and I hope you got some value out of it. And so, John, I'll turn the time back over to you, and thank you for letting me come on and share that.
Yeah, Dave, as always, your information was a clear tenet.
Okay, and Les, that's all information for the business end of this, correct?
Correct. And to let you know, Zach, what you put on the screen, you forgot ING on the banking.
Yeah. You know what? I immediately went and I changed it.
Okay.
But I also wanted to take it off there because it was blocking a little bit of his information. But I noticed that, and I went to go and I made the change. So it is
Okay. Good.
3waystobanking.com, 3waystobanking.com. His phone number is 303-579-6881. Once again, that's 303-579-6881. And of course, Les at 3waystobanking.com. Les, I got one more question here, and it's about ATM usage.
Yeah, just like any other Visa. And but the other thing is, I wanted to mention another support. Every Monday at 2 Mountain Time, there's the corporate call that on Zoom, Transact Card Live, and you'll get set up on Telegram, and all this stuff is on there. But the other thing is, every Tuesday and Thursday night at 7 Mountain Time, you can send anybody to calls, and there's experts there to basically educate them and sell them on the DBO opportunity. So there's tremendous support for this business opportunity.
Well, you know, it looks like we're going to try to get signed up here in the next couple days with just the usage of the card. We're going to utilize this, try to help us make a better life for other people by using this and getting rewarded for it. So, Les, I thank you very much for that. Give you the last words you need to say.
One of the things that I really want to emphasize here, I really want to help out 2 organizations. I want to help out employers that really want to help out their employees, but they don't have the cash to do it. And now they can double their buying power. Plus, if they have employees they want to give incentives to, but they haven't been able to afford it, now they'll be able to give them Z-Bucks and for vacations and so forth. The other one is nonprofits. If you have a favorite nonprofit, or if you're the owner of the nonprofit, you'll be able to help yourself in a way you never have. Because again, once your supporters know, they can refer other supporters, and you're actually going to get cash every month. And that will never stop as long as the Visa card is used anywhere in the world and transferred. So that's why we have Make-A-Wish, we have Salvation Army, we have a lot of national nonprofits that are going to be using this as of November. But of course, all the small local nonprofits can do the same.
Well, this is something, like you've said, we can expect that there's going to be a few bugs, but this is the best time to jump on. Think about it. If you were afraid and you didn't jump on to Apple in the beginning, you pay for it now. So let's connect you with Les. Once again, it's 3waystobanking.com. 3waystobanking.com, 303-579-6881, 303-579-6881, or less at 3waystobanking.com. You can also just go to Community Pay It Forward and type in Les Simpson. You can see all of his new blogs. You've been pushing them out. Like this week's this week's email, we had 3 of your brand new blogs on there. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
noticed.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had 3 of those on there, and we just added one more yesterday, and we shared it on all of our social media, so you can go and find it there. Les, my friend, my family member, thank you so very much for this. And like I told you in our private chat, we're going to try to get joined up here later on in the week, and we're gonna see what we can do, and then maybe when we come on here, we can talk about it together.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you very much for everything. Again, folks, Les is a platinum member, a platinum family member. We cannot do nothing without the help of this man, and he is helping us out tremendously. So thank you, Les. We'll talk to you next month.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Les Simpson, everybody. Again, great guy. Look, and hard worker. I mean, this guy, he's involved in so many things, and everything that he does helps out other people. And look, that's what we're looking for in our company, is people who want to help other people. Anybody can say it. To actually do it, that's what we're looking to do. This world can be so much better if we all just take and do little things. Like he said, you know, if you're in business and you get these cards, that, you know, there's a lot of businesses now that they have those cash cards that they give people. Imagine turning your business into a way that you can support other people by using it. So, you know, it's just one of those things that I'd like to put out there and hopefully share with you. We are going to be introducing a brand new gold partner with you. Publio Caecilius is joining us. I recorded this on Monday, so I invite you to stick around. His video is going to start in just a moment.
Have you ever wanted to hide? You want to help, but you have to take care of your family first. Maybe this next paycheck I can support causes I love. Tell me, how does this sound? You shop, click a picture of a receipt, and pick someone you support while shopping for your family. Well, check out communitypayitforward.us. Hover your mouse here. Click on the Verified Given Partner button and shop with any partner that will satisfy your needs. Grab the receipt, because every time you shop, a Community Pay It Forward mission partner receives anywhere from 80 to 90% of a referral. You can find the mission partners by going right here. Each mission has a QR code so you can upload your receipt. And that's it. Shop, click, and pick. Join the program. You shop with small businesses and support great people. Great people who need a little help, or help to support the great people doing great things. Because with Community Pay It Forward, you don't have to hide anymore. Community Pay It Forward knows every small business is essential.
Very, very, very proud to welcome in Publio Caecilius to the Community Pay It Forward giving partners. He is a brand new gold partner. We are thrilled to bring him in. He's got 2 programs he's working on, Zafiri and Davy, and we're going to be talking a little bit about all this. This is huge training, trying to get businesses up off the ground. Other than that, you don't do much. You know, you're a veteran. You know, not a whole lot to talk about, is there?
Oh, I do so much.
Yeah. Tell me, Publio, what are some of the mistakes that you see when somebody's going to start a business? What is like the main mistake that you see?
I think one of the main mistakes is not having a clear vision and not having a plan. Sometimes jumping in head first, you're going to find out the's no water, you know?
Yeah.
Little analogy, but But that's what the biggest initial thing. The second thing is not having a long-term plan or strategic plan in order to continue being profitable. And I apologize for the music in the background. We got a clock that chimes every so often. But it's really important to people. They need to think about this stuff and plan it. Business plan is very important. You shouldn't start without one. And those are really the most important things that people miss, I think.
And you've got in your training, there
Yes, sir.
are 3 aspects that you really focus on. You want to talk about those?
Yes. The main things that I'm concerned about right now really is leadership development. A lot of people, they don't understand leadership. They think that like you got to go to school to be a scientist, but you just kind of naturally become a leader. That's not true. People that we consider natural leaders are usually just charismatic people that have a tendency to have people follow them. But there's a lot of skills involved with being a leader. A leader, you have to be dynamic. You have to have vision. You have to have some sort of accountability, responsibility for people you're leading. And you have to have a purpose. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think that I see this in a lot of businesses, and this has been a bane of mine in my career outside of the military. Is that you have these companies that are very smart people, scientists or doctors or whatever, and they promote these people to management roles that are tech roles, and they completely fail. And it's not because they're not trying, they're not motivated, they're not committed, but it's because they don't have any idea what they're doing. I mean, they can put together a widget like nobody's business, but when it comes to motivating people, supervising people, evaluating people, they don't know. And the managers or the upper managers get frustrated with them because these people get frustrated, start flailing, and then they eventually fire them or something. In the military, if you remember correctly, but you remember we went through PME. When when I was an airman, they were ready to start me supervise people. I went to ALS. It wasn't great, but at least pointed me in that direction. And then, as you become a junior NCO or mid-range NCO, you go to NCO Academy. And then you go to senior NCO Academy. And these things are designed to prep you for that part of the job. And golly, I've seen so many great people leave positions because they're just absolutely frustrated. They don't know what they're doing. Or worse, they're under somebody who doesn't have any of that ability and creates all kinds of frustration and struggles. And it's disheartening to me. So that's what I want to teach. One of the things about is leadership. I want to teach that. Another important part is customer service. It's funny. People talk about these things, leadership, customer service, but they don't really know what they're talking about. Being customer centric, I think, is a better word. Is it when you're talking to your customers, you should have a clear idea of what you want them to glean from or to learn from what you're giving them. There's an expectation they have of what your service or product will be. And our responsibility, one, is to make sure we manage that expectation so that it's not something we can't deliver. And so that they understand. And two, that they get what they're asking. I see a lot of times people, they have an incorrect expectation of what the service or product will be. And then they're mad, but nobody stopped and said, hey, look, this is what I'm going to give you. This, or this, if this is what you need to go elsewhere. But also take care of that person. Say, if I got your product for you, you help them out. And customers are just like employees, which is kind of weird, but you have to manage their expectations and make sure that they're taken care of. And the third part is, of course, employee engagement. And I'm just touching on these. I'm not really going too deep. But employee engagement is very important. An aspect of leadership that people forget is followership. And, that's not a very common phrase. We learned in the military. They taught you, followership is important. So what you see is you have a lot of people that are employees. They don't know how to be led. They don't know what's expected. And what's worse is these leaders that don't know what they're doing don't put out clear expectations, and then are upset when the employees don't provide or produce what they want. And nobody's happy because nobody met expectations one way or the other. And it's just, there's so much value that can be put into leadership, your customers, and your employees to make not only it efficient, but have everybody having a good time. When you communicate with somebody and you understand it's a great moment. When you don't understand, when you get frustrated, when you love to be happy all day.
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, that would definitely be nice. I want to ask you a question because something
sir.
that we were taught as a from the very beginning of our work career is that the customer is always right. That's not true.
No.
It's not true. But the customer should always have the right to know what they want, and you need to make sure that they understand that you can help guide them to get to what they want.
Yeah.
And is that, and I know that every customer in the world just sat there and kind of cringed when I said that, like, wait a minute. but I mean, a customer can't come to you, or if a customer comes to you and they're expecting something that you can't provide,
Yeah,
then it doesn't do them any good, right?
that's exactly right. And part of that's the provider's fault. We need to make sure that the expectations are clear. Good example. This is a kind of a weird example, but it happened when I was working in plasma. Is that in a plasma donation center, people come in, they have to be a certain level of health or healthiness to be able to donate plasma, right? A lot of people don't understand that concept is not a charity, it's actually business. You know what I'm saying? So people will come in and expect a certain amount of money, which we will broadcast. But I had one young lady that came in one time when I was working in Mississippi. Very nice young lady, very in trouble, needed some help, and she wanted to donate. And when we went through the screening process, we found out she was pregnant. She couldn't donate, because it's of course unhealthy for her, unhealthy for the baby. And she was in tears, and she wanted to speak to the manager, who was me. And I came out there, and she was begging me to let her donate. And what the expectation to understand was I can't, and I wouldn't, because it would actually put her in harm's way. But that doesn't mean that my commitment to the customer ends there. So what we did is I got together with my head nurse and my security guard, and we found out that she was homeless. We contacted the women's shelter. We got her some food. I mean, that's customer service. She wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't me only. I mean, my nurse was very helpful. My security guard went way out over the top for this poor young lady, and we took care of her because she's still our customer. Customer doesn't necessarily mean there's money changing hands. It means it's someone that we are taking care of.
See, that right there, to me, being in the business that we are in together now, that's a beautiful thing, because you know what? Everybody comes to you for a reason.
Yeah.
We can't help everyone with what they're asking. We can always help people. We can always help people. If you delve a little bit deeper into it, I think that which is exactly what you and your cohorts did there. And that's a wonderful, wonderful story, because you were able to do more for that young lady than what she was even looking for. And that's a beautiful thing. So
it wasn't what she was looking for, but it was actually, she didn't know really what she needed, Right.
She didn't know what all was available. So education is always something great. That is so awesome.
Yeah. I wish I knew what happened to her in the long run, because I mean, you get tied up with so many people and stuff, but I always, in the back of my head, I wonder how she fared.
Now, you were in the Air Force, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your service. What are some of the things that you learned from your time in the service that you carry on today?
Actually, one of the things that I learned from the service that at first I thought was kind of silly, and then it kind of became ingrained in me when I started teaching at Keesler, was the core values. At first I thought they were just lip service, if they say, service, integrity, and excellence. I was like, yeah, whatever. But it wasn't until I started teaching and I started realizing that these words have real meaning. I used to teach my students that I'd go in there and talk about when I was the NCOSC, the schoolhouse. I love going to classroom and talk to kids. It's just the kind to do. But anyway, I would tell them, I said, the core values are important because it's what we aspire to be. So I was telling them, let's look at it this way. If you are going to date somebody, would you want somebody that doesn't do things the best they can? You know, I'm saying is like, if I was dating somebody and they wanted, I don't know, make dinner or wanted to mow the yard, whatever, and they half-assed it. Pardon my French. I mean, would you put up with that? Or if they did everything that was self-serving, I mean, that would get old quick. Or if they lied to you all the time. I mean, who would want that around you?
Right.
So when you look at those values and you say, well, you know what? If I want those values from somebody else, I should be giving those values also. And once you do that, then everybody's absorbing the core values and they're actually doing a better service to themselves and the society as a whole. The military was very good for me, I will say. And it's not that I was like gung-ho or, when I joined, it was kind of more of a rebellion for my family. And I wasn't a, tough guy. I was a musician, I was a ladies' man at the time. You can't tell how much I've aged, but that was the dude. Anyway, it taught me a lot of things. It taught me structure, it taught me responsibility, it taught me accountability. One of the funniest things about being in the private sector, I think, is that accountability is not there. And I have no problem if I make a mistake saying, oh Lord, I made a mistake. I'll admit it and I'll try to fix it. And that blows the mind out of people who are in the private sector. They just can't accept it. It's funny to watch. I get some funny stories about it, but I won't go into all of them.
Well, let me ask you this, and I love that you brought that up. I think a lot of times when you go into a company, they try to teach you about accountability and everything else. But I think the mistake that they make is that they try to push that accountability to where you're trying to represent them. We need to represent you. We need you to represent yourself. Mm-hmm. We need you to prove who you are. That's the best way that we as business owners and business coaches, that's the best way to represent my company is you represent yourself in a great way. You need to take that accountability and show who you are, not who I am. It's my responsibility to show people who my company is. I need people to understand who you are and represent who you are, right?
Oh yeah. Well, part of the problem too is that I think that was another part of this whole thing is that hiring processes are terrible. I mean, you should be hiring people that instill the values that you value. You know what I'm saying? So if you do that, you don't have that problem you're talking about. You're not worried about the person expressing their own values that are wrong. Their values should at least parallel, if not mirror yours. I mean, I've seen that too, where people's values are out of whack, or they don't understand the values of the company, and in that confusion too, you have people make very weird decisions that cause big mistakes. Because I mean, when you talk about a company or a business or even a team, the leader or the owner or whatever the top person is supposed to set that, not only the strategy and the direction, but the values you're going to work inside of for that direction, So if I'm doing something and my boss clearly said the values that we will remain ethical and within the law. So when I come to a problem that involves that decision making, I'm going to follow that to make that decision. If you don't, or if anything goes, then you're going to be like, well, I could do this quicker if it's illegally. You know what I'm saying? You see how the values make sense? I may be getting confusing, but it's important.
Yeah, well, no, actually, and this is that actually really leads me to something. Another question.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really teach values. Someone's got a value,
right?
If they don't value the same thing that you're looking for, you can't really teach them that value. They have to have that value, don't they?
Yes and no. I mean, the values that we're talking about, we assume that people learn them from their parents. Your parents say, don't steal, don't, I don't know, hurt anybody, don't punch a kid in the face, whatever. But the reality of it is value itself, the word value, is something that we place value on. So if I tell my employee this is valuable, I'm creating awareness that that's valuable. Like money, for instance. I mean, if you were to give me $1 bill and I didn't know what money was, I wouldn't think it was valuable. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's important, is that with everything in life and in business, is that expectations that are clear solve a lot of this. So if you tell your employee who maybe, say that, Snuffy, but it was Private Snuffy, has grown up in backwater, I don't know, Mississippi, where my wife's from. And he doesn't really have much, you know what I'm saying, much value in some things, you know, like that's what basic training was for. It taught us those values. It taught us the value of, you know, shaving. I know we're both of us have all this facial hair, but you know, it taught us the value of shaving. It taught us the value of showering every day. It taught us the value of, you know, brushing our teeth. So and that's why they started the basics of basic training, because they don't know what our values are. So they built us assuming we didn't have any. You know what I'm saying? And then we all
Yeah.
left the same. And it's the same concept with business. I mean, if I hire people and I don't evaluate their values, or I don't take in consideration that whether they can be taught values, and I hire them, I deserve whatever chaos comes out of that.
I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, I think it's one of those things that you can train people how to do the job. You can't train people how to love the job or love their value in the job. You can always tell an employee that they're valuable to you.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
But you have to but they have to feel valuable. And the only way to do that is get them in there and actually get them experiencing and have them have that connection with it.
Yeah.
You know,
see, and it's very complex. You have a very good point. Is that I had a very good assistant manager work with me for a while. Now she's like a regional manager for a company. When we were working together, I asked her one day, I said, what is our job? Yes, ma'am. I said, what is our job? She said, well, our job is to get plasma. I said, no, our job is to manage these people. I said, if plasma came in on a robot and another robot took that plasma out and another robot packed it and shipped it off, we need one guy here as a tech to fix the robots. I said, the problem is people are extremely full of variables. I mean, there's just variable. And they never, unfortunately, do things that are in their best interest all the time, which is part of economics. But the point is that our job is to manage that and to help guide them, especially as leaders. You know, we have to guide them. My job as a manager or as a leader is to facilitate my employees to do their job. If there's an obstacle, I need to find a way to remove it. And that obstacle could be a brick, or it could be a skill or a value or whatever. I have to find a way to put that in there. So my goal is to make their value or their motives parallel to mine or the company's, or at least closely parallel. But I don't want it perpendicular. That's where it all goes south. So it's a challenge. But it's fun.
Yeah,
it really is exciting work, believe it or not.
Well, and I think one of the, you know, this is just a personal opinion, but I think one of the best things about company is when you have individuals who have the same goal.
Yeah.
But it's a goal that they love. It's not a goal that, you know, okay, our goal is to do our job and go home.
Yeah, that's not the goal.
Yeah, and no, but our goal is to go to work, be happy, and be fulfilled. You know, I mean, isn't that a better company? You know,
you should leave work having completed something, whether it be something abstract or physical. Feel good about what you did, and had positive social interactions all day long, right? That's what we did in school. We went out, we hung out with our friends, right? We had to do homework, we had to do schoolwork, but we still hung out with our friends.
Right.
Just nowadays, we also have a product to put out. It should be that same dynamic. If you're going to work and you hate your job because your boss is a jerk or your peers are a jerk or you don't like the work, you have to reevaluate that somewhere. Something's wrong.
Yeah, very much so. And I believe that I talked to you that, you know, I was good at my last job. That didn't mean I liked it. And
it's true.
And it was detrimental to me. You know, it truly was. Tell me a little bit about Zafiri. What is Zafiri?
Zafiri is a business consulting. Me and another veteran, a guy named Eric, real sharp guy. He actually enlisted me in this Zafiri, and what we're doing is that our job is to go into a medium-sized businesses, not necessarily small, you know, for like 100 employees or maybe 1,000 employees that have quite a certain frame of profitability or cash flow, and help them solve these problems on a larger scale. Because what you see in some of these middle-sized businesses is that management and promotions lead to some of these things that we've talked about, where all of a sudden inefficiencies start becoming the norm. And then when that happens, you start losing profits, you start losing cash flow, the culture will crash. And no matter what anybody says, if your employees aren't happy, you're not going to be profitable. I mean, you may skirt by, but I mean, then it starts turning into more like, something like slave labor or whatever. And nobody wants that. Not, I mean,
Yeah.
The reality is we shouldn't want that for the managers or for the employees or even for the customers who want something that somebody made begrudgingly, So our job is going in there and we'll analyze everything about the business. We'll look at the financials, forecasts. I mean, it's way more extensive than teaching, hey, culture or that. It goes in there and makes a deep dive analysis. And our goal is to give you an unbiased analysis and the actual things are going to help fix your business, whether you want to hear them or not. I know it sounds kind of rough, but the reality of it is a lot of times big companies even get stuck in these situations because nobody wants to be honest.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's little stuff like, the way it is.
Yes men have never been valuable. They've never been valuable. They truly aren't. A yes person is a yes person. That's all they are. If you don't have somebody who's going to come up to you and tell you, hey, a problem's a problem, they're not going to help you. So I love that. Tell me about Davey.
Now Davey's a little different thing. Davey's kind of a funny story. Davey's my little project I'm putting together. It's going to encompass my medical billing stuff and my personal teaching and stuff, because Davey's one of my dogs. He's a Boykin Spaniel. Love him to death. He's one of the smartest animals I've ever had in my life. He's like having a little human with me, but he's cute, So he's kind of my mascot with that. But with Davey, what it is it's kind of my business persona for me doing teaching seminars and also my medical billing business. So, but the name comes from me honoring my dog. He's somewhere around here, somewhere. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, mine are over there. They're apparently trying to like put holes through each other's heads or something. I don't know if anybody can hear them, but you just hear dogs or the mouse snapping right now. So, one of the things that you're obviously into is animals, and
Yes,
one of the missions that you love is a mission called Tired Dog Rescue. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Tired Dog Rescue is in my resume because it's actually a nonprofit 501c3 out of Mississippi that my ex-wife and I started.
Mm-hmm.
She's still running it. I bowed out when we split up, but I've always been a supporter, and my wife's a supporter too. We love dogs. They do hard work. I know when I was with Tired Dog, I have been in some crazy situations. I've got so many stories. I mean to write a book. I just haven't got around to it. I've been bit hundreds of times. I've seen all kinds of horrible things, but I've also seen some great things. It's just phenomenal. Dogs to me are very important. I find it hard to believe or stunning that people can live without them. We just got a schnauzer recently because my two schnauzers passed away, and it's like heaven on earth. He's such a riot.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, well, we've got ourselves a little zoo right now, along with our two everyday dogs. We just brought in another dog that we brought in a young man from Utah for a little bit because he was here for about a month and a half last year, and he wanted to come back and visit us, and he brought in his boxer, and it's kind of neat having another dog around, even though another dog around me, it's like, oh great, something else to trip on. So you are still working on getting everything set up, but right now if people want to get a hold of you, the best way to do that is phone.
Yes, sir. Phone and email. I prefer email because that way I have got record of it. Sometimes phone calls, people come in and I got a lot of stuff going on. And I take copious notes. I love notebooks, and I've got tons of notes I keep all the time. But those are the two best ways to get a hold of me. Yes, and then my Zafiri email for companies that want to get involved with that. we'll fix your problems.
All right. Well, right now we've got you at Publio at ZafiriCorp.com.
Correct.
So,
Yes,
that's what we're going to be linking you to. And tell me, what are you looking for? What right now, if somebody's sitting there right now, who needs you?
Who needs me?
Yeah.
I would say if you're either running a business or working for a business and you've got a lot of systemic problems that either you can't figure out where they're coming from, or you have an idea, but you either feel, I guess, powerless to fix them, or you're not actually sure what's going on. I mean, some of them are easy or not easy, but small. Like maybe you have a bad employee that's poisoning the whole group and you need some advice. I can help you with that too. I mean, there's a lot of methods and processes to help those employees. And sometimes people are like, just fire them or whatever. But in the past couple of jobs I've had, one of the most valuable things that I've strove for was turning around bad employees. And it's happened multiple times, and it's very, very rewarding. But the thing is that you have to come to these situations with skills. So if you're having these problems, give me a call, shoot me an email. I'd love to help. Yeah, it's what I like to do. So we'll fix it for you.
Well, and again, it's amazing what a second set of eyes can do from the outside. So let's go on ahead and do this. And once again, Publio is now a gold family member. He is part of the Community Pay It Forward program. And anytime you hire him, a portion of that is going to go to supporting someone else. Your customer gets to choose who you want to support. So hire him.
Nice.
And then we've got people who ask us for help. Portion of that money is going to go to support these great people who just need a helping hand. Publio, brother,
Yes,
welcome to the family. I'm
Thank you for having me,
so
Zach.
honored that you have joined us. The best email to get a hold of you is publio@ZafiriCorp.com.
Yes.
All
and
right.
My alternate email is casillaspublio@yahoo.com. Yeah.
So there you go. Reach out to either one. You're going to be able to find it on his landing page on communitypayitforward.us. We'll be sharing that out, and you can find out more information about this wonderful man. Again, welcome to the family. We're very honored that you've come with us. Let's get together and let's do some great things, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey guys, we'll be right back. We've got to talk to two wonderful people today. Publio, so proud to introduce him. He joined the team after he and I had a conversation, really great conversation. We discovered that, we're alike in many different ways. One being our love of heavy metal music. So it's really kind of cool being able to talk to somebody when you know, it's like everything, guys. When you have something in common, it makes the conversation so much more interesting. And that's one of the aspects of the Community Pay It Forward program. We want to introduce you to the business owners, to the people that are there making the decisions. That way, if you have a question or a concern, you can actually talk to that person. You can express your thoughts to that person. You can take in and just build a relationship with that person and build that kinship. And then your purchases can go to help someone else. I want to thank Jen, Mike, and Sean for your questions earlier, for Les. And again, thank you so much, Les, for another great program, great information. I'm excited about getting involved with that card. I think that, look, let's be honest here. It's kind of one of those things that, there are certain parts that, hold on. There are certain things that are like that you've seen before, and you've had questions about. I don't really have a lot of questions about this one. I think that this one looks real legit. Hey, one other person that we can't do anything without is my really good friend, great friend, Mr. Scott O'Sullivan. I also want to take a moment to thank Stephanie Samos. You guys know her as Goddess of the Grape. She has done something that is just beyond. Look, it means a lot to me because she's taken something that I've worked on and she's put it in the forefront, and she's trying to help us raise money to continue to do the great stuff that we're attempting to do. And with your help, we can do this, okay? And go to our page on Facebook, the Community Pay It Forward One Hope Wine fundraising event, and you'll find our QR code right there. And that QR code is going to support us this month, Community Dare to Care, and help us build the stand-up centers, help us get this 501c3 so we can be a permanent part of the One Hope Wine family. It really means a lot to me that she has done this. Here's our QR code. All you have to do is scan that QR code, make a purchase of any wine, and a portion of that will come back to us at Community Dare to Care, and that will help us feed families across northern Colorado. We were unable to do this last year, and I'm going to tell you something. As a family, it's something that we've been doing for over 30 years. As a family, it broke our hearts not to be able to do it. Now, saying this, we were able to help other families. You know, we were able to help a few families get stuff that they needed, but it wasn't what we expect of ourselves. I don't want to be braggadocious or anything here, but the truth is that we've been able to support thousands of families in this time, get food boxes, get gifts for their kids. I think we were able to give away maybe 20 boxes in total last year. I'm not positive on that. So, but it was down. Now we were able to give away gifts, thanks to you and donating toys and stuff to kids. It's very important, very, very important that we were able to do that. But still, this QR code that you're seeing on your screen, the one on the poster, this guy right here, that one's going to help us do more. Then again, this one up here, the one up in the corner, that one's going to help you do more. And I'll explain that in a minute. But I want to thank Stephanie so much. One other thing that Stephanie has done is she has offered us a chance, or she has become part of the auction. And this auction now, she is giving away a $100 gift card for One Hope Wine. So if you go to our community Dare to Care page, you're going to find these auction items. Okay. And I'm going to put the link right here in the post or in the chat so you can see it everywhere. Go there and you can see some of the items. Some of these items include, as we mentioned, I haven't even had a chance to put it on there yet, so please bear with me. But I want to thank John very much for giving us a $100 gift certificate for a tattoo. John's been amazing for all these years, and I just cannot thank him for all the support. I want to thank the Rev. He's given us book 1 and book 2. Both of them are signed. You can bid on this. We've got a set of 3 cast iron skillet set. It includes a 10-inch, an 8-inch, and a 6-inch skillet. The box is a little beat up. We've had it for a little bit, and it's went through a move and all this other stuff, but the pans are brand new. And if you need help seasoning them, Adrienne can help you season them. She can help guide you on that, doing that. Right here, you see the Goddess of the Grape, the $100 gift card for wine. Bidding on all items starts at $20. $20 is going to help us ship the items. Except for, of course, Stephanie's, and she will email that to you. $20 is also going to help us get started in our mission, and our mission is to help others as always. We would appreciate your support. If you have any items that you would like to take and add to our auction, I would love to talk to you because it is so important. We want to get you the notice. We want to get you the recognition that you deserve. Simply shoot me an email at zach@communitypayitforward.us, zach@communitypayitforward.us, or you can shoot me a call or a text message, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. Shoot us a text message or a phone call and tell us, hey, you want to get involved. Community Pay It Forward, 80 to 90% of any referral awarded by one of our partners is allocated to the communities in need. With just a few clicks, you can make a difference in your community just by shopping in a program we call Shop, Click, and Pick. Shop with our partner, click a picture of it, of the receipt, and pick your mission you wish to choose. We had a discussion, and you're going to be able to watch that coming up in about 8 minutes. Right here on the pACT channels. Footprints Forward this week. We decided to do something a little risque, and we wanted to talk about people and the pressures we're putting on our kids. I mean no disrespect to anybody in anything I say. Everything I say are questions I have, opinions I have. And if I offend, I invite you to please contact me immediately and I will talk to you. I'll talk to you about my opinions. I'll talk to you about my thoughts. There are certain things I feel strongly about. I don't get involved with a lot of things here on air. I have very, very strong political views. I have very, very strong views on the way things are going in the world. I have very, very strong beliefs on how we should treat people. I like the people I like. I don't like certain people. It's just kind of the way it is. I live in a world where I believe that a criminal's a criminal and a criminal should have to pay for what they've done. I also believe that it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, or a monkey. If you commit a crime, you should do the time. And there shouldn't be, none of that stuff should matter one bit. But if you commit a crime, you should pay. I've said it before, and I do mean it, that, you know, I mean, I shot out a tweet the other day that was maybe a little dangerous. And I made the point that, you know what, if I would have known that when I was a kid, that I could have pled to being a Democrat and running for office, so I shouldn't have been charged with anything, I could have been a criminal mastermind. Those are both ridiculous statements. I believe that there are two individuals, one on each side right now, that should be doing jail time because they've committed crimes. They've committed some pretty severe crimes. I believe one has committed more crimes than the other. I actually say, you know, put them in jail together and make a reality TV show about it, and maybe they can afford their own court costs. I think it'd be a fun show to watch. I might even watch it. I don't know. The one thing that I really want to express to everybody, though, is we need to treat each other better. We have to treat each other better. I don't care who you vote for. That doesn't make you a better person than me. Doesn't make me a better person than you. If you're in a situation where you're stuck out in the elements, you can get sick. If I'm in a situation I'm stuck out in the elements, I can get sick. If I'm in a situation that I go without food, I get hungry and I can get sick and even die. And it's the same situation for you. And that's why I always say, if you have an extra shirt, don't put it out on a garage sale for a dime. Put it in your car. Give it to somebody struggling with the elements. That one action can literally save a life. Before the life expectancy of your food goes bad, throw it in the old hillbilly Tupperware. Take it out to where somebody is struggling with food, with hunger. Small steps, we can take care of each other. And we can do wonderful things together. We can only do this by taking care of each other and stop with all the BS. We're all human. Please love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. If you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. Please remember, no one has to go it alone when we all come together. My name is Zach Clayton, president and founder of Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the pACT channels. Please follow us at communitypayitforward.us. All of our social media outlets can be found there. You can watch any of our shows on our YouTube channel. We are listed under the podcasts now, so you can find us even easier. Let's work together, let's make a difference, and let's help each other out. Look, we're all we got. Let's take care of each other, and let's take care of those who take care of others. Again, my name is Zach Clayton. I will see you next week. And join us on Monday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern for Diamond Drip, who's going to be talking about the benefits of medical mushrooms and her mental health. Again, this is her recovery. And it's a recovery that's going to work for someone else as well. Maybe not you, but it worked once, it'll work again. I hope you continue to follow us, and I hope you continue to support us. And please remember, you are loved, you are needed, so let's make sure that you stay here.
Stepping out of her fear, bring me home, out alone, to show me the way. You wanna be a part of Sunset Boulevard.